Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel Salesforce Makes Sense, and in this video we'll continue our Flow Builder Curriculum Masterclass, and we are pretty much towards the end. I believe I just have one or two more modules left. So I'll talk about Flow Trigger Explorer in this particular section, right? So let's understand what Flow Trigger Explorer is. So before jumping into the features and functionality of the Trigger Explorer, I want you to think about things that we have been doing with workflow rules or process builders, right? The way we used to execute them, the way we used to create them had a lot of haphazard nature. When I say haphazard, I mean you were not able to, or we were not able to, ensure the sequence of execution, ensure how to order. If I want to run a specific functionality first and then something later, I did not have any way to find out what all processes are tied to my object and where are they linked. Are they simply running on before events, after events? Are they something that are associated to the same object or related object? Is there something that I'm doing later? Maybe I'm scheduling it. So there was no one place or one area to take a look at all of that information, which is very crucial coming because it is something that you need to figure out when you are working on debug issues like that revolve around the order of execution. So to resolve all of that, Salesforce platform has been able to give you a good sneak peek into how your flows are framed, how are they ordered, and you can actually take a look at what executes when and where, right? So this is where the Flow Trigger Explorer comes in. Now what we have done in all of our flow use cases is we have gone to flows, right? And what we have done is we have clicked on the new flow button here, and we have chosen which flow to create, be it a screen flow, be it a record triggered flow, be it a schedule triggered flow, right? But record triggered flows are nothing but part of our order of execution, right? So this is nothing but something that executes as automation whenever a record is created, changed, deleted, edited, right? Those kind of CRUD operations happen. So it's important that you know the order in which they would be executing. So is there something that I can check? Well, yes, there is something that you can check, and that comes from the Flow Trigger Explorer button here. Okay, so let's look at the capabilities of what you can do with the Flow Trigger Explorer. So as soon as I click on the Flow Trigger Explorer, it will open up like this. When a object drop down, record is event drop down. So you see, you have a very good single page display of checking what flows are created for which object under what event. That's so awesome, right? So if I simply like, let's say I go to lead and I say lead record is created, I can very well check that I do not have anything in the before save event, which is nothing but, it does not execute the DML statement. It is like a before save, simply update the fields of the same object, fast field updates. But I have something that I'm doing related to the record, wherein I'm sending an email if the source is web and it is currently on version 1 and it is currently active. Right, so that information I have here. Now these two run synchronously, but then if there's anything that runs asynchronously will show up here. Okay, so you'll be able to figure out, okay, this is something that will run asynchronous, so this will not be part of my governor limits. This will be a separate transaction altogether. So I might need to look at these two areas if to optimize, right? Or to fix an issue. What if I want to look at, let's say, the updated event? So you see, I see that under updated, I have a flow that says that I need to create related records on lead closure. So we are pretty much, I think, creating a task or a case or something, right? For follow-up. So we are creating a related record. So I'm seeing that under an update scenario, this is what I have. Is there anything that's written when a lead is deleted? Nothing is there. So you just have the before save option. We don't have anything apart from it. And you see that there's nothing available here, right? So now let's say we want to take a look at contact. What about contact? When a contact is deleted, nothing there. What about updated? So when a contact is updated, we are updating the parent account address, and it is currently on the 5th version, and it is a record triggered flow, and it is doing something related to the object, and even this is currently active. Okay, now I was talking about how do I figure out what is the order, right? So if you quickly jump into, let's say we created some contract flows, right? So if you take a look at when a contract is created, we have these two flows available here, right? One, we are sending the reminder notification whenever a contract is expiring. And second, we are counting the number of contracts per contact. Now these two are actions and related records. And if you notice, this is the current order, 1 and then 2, meaning this flow will execute first and then this will get executed. Now, let's look at the power of flows. If you want to switch your order, you can simply say edit order here. And what this will do is give you an option to drag 9 before 8 and 8 after 9. So you can just move them here. And now you see, if you just say update, here onwards, this is the flow label. This is the trigger order. I'll simply say update. What this will do is it will switch the order of execution. Now, whenever a contract record is created, the first thing under the related record update that would happen right after the record is saved would be the count. And then there will be a contract expiry reminder notification. Okay, so you're very well able to track what is happening where and what is the order of execution. So you don't have to, look into debug logs, try to filter it out a lot, understand where are things going wrong. You can actually get your first idea, your first set of eyes coming here and just see what all is happening. Okay, let's say I want to check, let's say something is going wrong whenever I'm creating a contact which is related to an account, right? So I can simply go to contact and I can see what is happening when I create an account. Oh, okay, I am notifying admins on contact count beyond 10K. Okay, that's fine. I currently have just 4,000 records, all good. But what am I doing here in asynchronous flow? I'm notifying admins here as well. Okay, maybe there's something that's going wrong here. Or let's just check what if when I'm updating, I'm doing a parent account address. Okay, I finally found it. I'm doing an update here on the account level. Whenever a contact is updated, I believe something might be wrong here. So let's take a look at this particular flow and try to fix it. Like, I'm just giving you an example of how would you debug a situation. Okay, if you want to check what all fields are getting set from the flow on the record whenever a record is getting created, so you can just check the fast field updates here. There's no DML statement that runs here, so you can just check run before save event, right? You want to say what all am I doing after the record is saved, so you can just check it here after save. Okay, you want to check what all is happening later as a separate transaction, you can check the asynchronous one. And you have all the list of objects available here. You can simply search them. So if I search, let's say opportunity, I'll get opportunity data. Okay, you see opportunity has this information. I'm doing something of a congratulation post on chatter. This is something that's running asynchronously, but I'm doing something related. So I'm saying delete the task for a closed opportunity and I'm doing a congratulatory post on chatter. So I'm doing two things as part of the related, and one of them is asynchronous, so it is showing up here as well. Okay, it's not that these are two separate flows, these are the same flows, but because I'm running the code asynchronously here, it is showing up here as well. Okay, now how does the flow understand where to put the flows, right? This section, or this section. Now, if you notice, whenever we create a flow, right, and when we say, let's say record triggered flow, you'll see this for record triggered flow, not for screen flows. Here I have an option to do a fast field update or action and related records. Correct? This is where the segregation comes. So if I, let's say I want to do a contact object on create and I say I want to do a fast field update, if it will start showing up here on the contact list under the past fast field update. But if I, let's say, choose the action and related records, it will show up here. And under action and related records, I have an option to do something asynchronously, which is what I choose here. So whenever I do something as part of asynchronously, it will show under actions and related, but it will also show under the asynchronous block. Okay, so that's about the Flow Trigger Explorer. Now the edit order option is available. I hope you understand, and you have this filter icon available here as well. So if you have a lot of flows, you can actually filter them by which ones are inactive. If something is inactive, I can just simply delete them. Why do I need them? So it's a good filter to have here. If there's something that's coming from a managed package, you want to check if it is coming from a managed package or it is unmanaged, you can check that here. Okay, you can check whether it is a flow or whether it is an orchestration, right? You can do that filtering here and accordingly see what all is available. Let's say you made a flow in this screen and you want to see it latest, right? So you simply say refresh, so it will get you the latest data every time. Okay, and then another important idea of using the Flow Trigger Explorer is you don't have to start from the very start. So if I click on the new flow button here, what you will see is some items will be pre-selected, right? So if you see, whenever I'm creating a flow, it's automatically chosen my first template. It has the object name, it has the record is created or updated, and it has the fast field update option selected because that's where I clicked it. Correct? So it's automatically done that. All right. So that's another advantage that you have with Flow Trigger Explorer. And if you want to take a look at an individually flow, you can click on this option here. You can either open it or you can take a look at the details and versions. All right, that's all about the Flow Trigger Explorer, which is another powerful thing that Salesforce has provided to help us cater to flow requirements and understanding how to execute flows better and have more control over how to run automation based on the execution order. All right, great. That's all I have from this particular video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.